How's everybody doing? I just thought I'd hop on here right quick. Show you my new, I've had it for a while. It's my Doran poker. Finally got me an authentic one here. Wait, is that upside down? No, that's probably just mirrored. Anyway, she's a beaut. She's a beaut. Brian was nice enough when he sent me this pipe. I left him a message. Love Rinky Dink. And keep in mind, if you contact Brian directly, you don't have to buy his merchandise off eBay. He's over at Brian Doran or Briar Guy. eBay takes their 10% or whatever their cut is. So Brian is willing to, if you directly contact him, he'll just work it out where you can pay him directly somehow, or I don't know how he does it, but you can cut out the middleman with eBay and get a little discount. Nothing crazy, but save you a little bit of money, because all the inflation causes all the materials to go up and all that stuff. Either way, they're affordable pipes. Beautiful, affordable pipes. They smoke fabulously. I've got some HH Burley Flake in this. Anyways, he was nice enough to throw a little bit of sun beer, like half a tin of sun beer and half a tin of Blue Ridge, both of which are Cornell and Deal. And I imagine he did that because he's not particularly big on those two blends, but I imagine he did that because on some of my past videos, he knows that I didn't have a problem at all with the sun beer topping on the 8-state Burley. So I've never had sun beer, I've never had Blue Ridge, but I'm about to find out at some point. And anyways, I was going to make this video earlier, and come to find out my axle's going out. It's the original. I got 190,000 miles on it, so it's not like it's bad luck or anything. The boot's all tore open, all the grease drained out, and my axle, when I make a sharp turn, is grinding. So I'll be taking my car to the mechanic Monday. It's okay. But I hope everybody had a great weekend. So back to the pipe. This is one of his mortar pipes. He does do briar pipes and other pipes, mortar pipes. So just for reference, just so you know, here's the weird thing about this pipe. Mortar wood is not quite as, it's very light. So it's not as dense as briar. The wood is very old. I think mortar wood's up to like 5,000 years old, which I like that. I mean, I like briar. I just think it's a unique wood, and it's very light. So even though this is a pretty chunky bowl, here's what I find weird. And I did make an original video that I chose not to upload. I can't remember why. I just didn't like it. I shot it in 4K, and I weighed this on a little digital scale. Here's what's weird. If I take this pipe and I hold it like this, and I take my Savinelli 673 KS, this pipe feels lighter in my hand than the itty bitty tiny Savinelli 673 KS. When I weigh this pipe, it's 60 grams. When I weigh the Savinelli 673 KS, it is 53 grams. So, this is 7 grams heavier, but it feels lighter. And I guess that it has to do with the distribution of the weight or something. I don't know. Either way, if this were Breyer, it would be extremely heavy because of how thick everything is on it. And so don't ever feel like, oh, that's going to be so heavy I can't clench it. Not with mortar wood. Very light. Very, very light. It does kind of blow me away that it's 7 grams heavier and it feels lighter. It's like, what is going on here? I weighed it like 20 times, both of them, so it's not my scale. I mean, it'd be one thing if I was holding it like this on both of them, because that briar is so dense, I could see how maybe this would feel lighter. But when I rotate it and put the mass of the waist, I don't know the terminology, but the weight mass, when it's centralized in my palm like this, it shouldn't feel lighter if it's indeed heavier, and it did to me, and I've done it multiple times. So I don't know. My hand's not a digital scale, okay? That's just the way it feels. I used a sick day today because I slept horrible last night and the night before. But I'm glad I did, because it gave me time to take my car to the mechanic. My mechanic looked at it and he's like, yeah, your axle's going out. I'm a doofus when it comes to, I don't know anything about cars. I can change my oil. I can locate my spark plugs. I can change the air cabin filter and the engine filter. Ooh, wow. I'm not a mechanic. I always got to call people. Still breaking her in a bit. It's got that taste. It's my second bowl. I didn't get to finish the first one because I was halfway through my drive and I thought my front tire was going to fall off. So, anyways, I just wanted to share this. Thank you, Brian, for an amazing pipe. Thank you for throwing in the free tobacco. I wouldn't come to expect that Brian's just going to give out free tobacco to everyone that orders a pipe, okay? Brian did that to me because Brian loves me, okay? He's like a big brother to me. If I told Brian that one of y'all were picking on me, he'd beat you up. Okay? Jesus. Him and Stovepipe would show up at your house. You'd have some big problems. I guess that's it. I can tell you that in the future, I do want to get some leather cleaner to clean this. This thing is broken in really nicely. And for any of you out there that ever want to consider a pipe roll, you know, the kind that clasp, the way this will clasp here, I think this would be less annoying. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm so used to it. But when I'm driving and I'm fiddling and I have to roll this up and lock it up, I mean, I've been doing it so long, it's not a big deal. But I think the ones that clasp close are probably better. So if you're ever interested in getting a leather pipe roll, maybe get the ones that clasp shut. Also, with this one, really annoys me because I'm anal and retentive, and it doesn't look that way anymore. Kind of does. They didn't put this perfectly centered. You see how it's heavy this way? It needs to be moved over slightly. That kind of annoys me. Okay, when you roll it up, you can tell that it's off a little. It's okay, you know. I'm not mad at you. I just, measure twice, cut once. Come on, guys. It could have been centered up a little better. I did a quiet night's review, and I decided to not upload it because it was just, I was bouncing all over the place. I talk about random arbitrary things, and I talk about the tobacco, and I just did that back and forth, and I'll do it later again. I deleted it. Also, on these Caribe lighters, one annoyance is this little adjustment screw back here, which I've stripped out. It's too finicky. I guess I could unscrew it, maybe put some Teflon tape or something on it, but it's just too damn finicky. It turns up and down, usually up, way too easy, and it annoys the shit out of me. And what pisses me off is when they slotted this thing, which I've stripped it a little bit. They slotted that thing so wide that like a micro flathead will continue to strip it. So this is just like a little whiny, complainy video. My lighter, my axle. I'm blessed. Everything's going good. It's Friday. I'm doing great. I could have had a tragedy this morning. My tire falling off. It doesn't take much turning. It's either too high or too low. And when you get it right where you need it, that's like the loose part where it wants to go either high or low. So, whatever. Love the Burley, but I'm definitely getting that break-in taste. It's better. The first time I smoked it, it was a little worse. As you know, it's just part of the process. 2-3 more smokes, I won't even notice it. So I guess that's it. I hope you all had a great Christmas. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm stuck here this weekend. I can go to the corner store, I can go grocery shopping, but that's about it. Sometimes I go for a drive and I take a walk. That ain't happening. I guess that's it. You all have a great weekend. I'll talk to you boys and girls later.